Okay, guys, I had it on a holder, and guess what? It didn't want to hold, and then it fell. So, good morning to you guys again. I gotta say it again. Sorry about that, guys. Andrea, how are you? And the ones I already said hello to, good morning to you. Pauline, how are you? And Mike again from Norland. Okay, so just a few folks I'll say hello to. And Kevin again. And Raymond, how are you? Good to have you on with us this morning. There's a few new folks, that I don't recognize their names necessarily. Not the regulars that we really appreciate. Kelly, how are you? Georgie, Halifax. And it's Georgie's birthday today. Well, good, happy birthday to you. Nick from our staff. I already said hello to you, didn't I, Nick? Diane, good morning. Okay, a couple of more guys, and we'll get going here this morning, just due to the technical stuff. Anne, Adelaide, good morning. Thanks for coming on. Yolande, how are you? Kim, good morning. Okay, couple more and we'll go. Wendy, good morning. How are you? We appreciate you coming on. Okay, so we're back up. And Wendy is saying I'd watch you upside down. Well, I got too excited, Fran? Talking about driving by, I saw a sign for Orangeville last night. Marie and Randall, how are you? Thanks for coming on this morning. Okay, so guys, a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. This is a study, or an article, actually, that I read, talked about some statistics. And one of them is on the obesity rates. Absolutely incredible. But I'm not going to spend my time. I just want to give it to you. 1990, 10% of the population obese. The year 2000, 20%. 2010, so every 10 years. 2010, 30% of the population obesity in North America. And by 2020, it was 40%. Creeping up all the time. Isn't that incredible? 1990, 10%. Now we're in 2020, it's at 40%. They're estimating, well, it's all bad news, because by the year 2030, they're saying that half of the population in the United States will be obese. Isn't that crazy? Okay, but I didn't want to spend my time there. Just wanted to tell you about that. What I want to talk about today is sleep, because there was a new study confirming how bad sleep is in North America. 70% of the population have some form of sleep disorder. Now, I'm not talking about sleep apnea. A lot of people have that. We've talked about that. That's a problem with insulin. Sleep apnea is not a lack of oxygen. We've talked about that. It is a problem of insulin. It's a food problem. That's sleep apnea. But we're not going to mention that so much this morning. I'm going to talk to you about the micronutrients for a good sleep. Micronutrients for a good sleep. Now, everybody, I think for anybody that knows anything, if I ask them that question, most of them would say, well, one of the problems is melatonin, because we all associate melatonin with sleep. And hey, it's a good thing to do. Melatonin is very important. Now, I'm not big on a supplement of melatonin. If you find that works for you, well, good. I got no problem if you find melatonin works, but I've never been that big on melatonin, because the way your body makes melatonin In 3 ways, your body makes melatonin. Okay, so you see that? You see those fingers up? Your body makes melatonin in 3 ways. Okay? How does it do that? 1, when you're in the sun, especially the morning sun, go outside, get some sun, even in the middle of winter. Now, you're not going to get vitamin D from the sun if it's in the winter and your arms and legs are covered up. But in your eyeball, when your body sees the sun, especially in the middle, what we call your third eye, your pineal gland makes and produces melatonin. Sun in the morning equals sleep at night. If you're on holidays and you're in the Caribbean or you're in Florida or whatever, Arizona, and you're getting the sun, you'll find you're sleeping better. Most people say, oh, I never slept so good. Yeah, well, the sun has a lot to do with that. Okay, the sun has a lot to do with that. Number 1, melatonin is made when your eyeballs see the sun. Don't put sunglasses on don't look into the sun, but what you want is sunlight. That's 1, your body actually produces melatonin. Secondly, and most of you know this, a very dark room. No light at all, no blue light especially. And then your body, when it gets dark, your body works on what we call the circadian rhythm. Your body is smart. When you're waking up in the morning and when your body starts to shut down, your body works on circadian rhythm. And your body starts, when it sees darkness, it actually produces melatonin. Melatonin in the morning, melatonin in the evening, in darkness, okay? So your body produces it. But there are micronutrients that your body looks for to produce even more melatonin. Melatonin is an antioxidant. It does a lot of things, by the way. It's not just for sleep, but for the purposes of today, let's just talk about sleep. When you eat properly, your body produces more melatonin. Melatonin is produced when you eat eggs, meat, and cheese. Did you know that? Yeah, your body produces even more melatonin when you eat right. And secondly, when you don't let garbage come into your body, because that actually reduces the production of melatonin. So when you eat right, nutrient-dense foods. Let me tell you why, okay? When, for example, you're having, yesterday I read another study on the negative about red meat. Guys, it bothers me because when you sort of unpack the study, you realize that it's all correlation, right? Correlation. You know what? They don't ask any questions about smoking. They don't ask any questions about whether you exercise or not. They don't ask those questions. They just say, oh, you eat hamburgers? You have a hamburger? Well, red meat must be bad. They don't talk to you about smoking. They don't talk to you about your lifestyle. They don't talk to you about anything else. Oh, you like hamburgers? Well, and you got heart disease? Well, it must be the red meat, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. But you need micronutrients, the high density, the dense micronutrients to make melatonin. To make melatonin. Your body loves red meat, steak. You know how I talk about that all the time. Why is that? Let me give you at least 2 reasons for you to eat red meat and why it increases your melatonin. 1, B12. B12. In order for your body to make the proper amounts of melatonin, aside from the sun, aside from the dark room, your body needs red meat. Okay? Your body needs red meat. Why? Because without it, you're not getting enough B12. B12 is important for your sleep. It's important for your energy. It's important for your nervous system. It's important for your brain. You know, I'm a very, very, very big guy on B12. You guys know that? I talk about it. It's a vitamin that at one time, especially in the 1950s and the 1960s, doctors, it was part of their medical training, B12. Today, they hardly even look at it. Unless you are extremely low, on your blood work, they don't even think about B12. But B12 is essential even for proper melatonin levels, okay? So, how do you get B12? Red meat. I'm sorry. It's not in chicken even. Chicken's good, by the way. You know why I like chicken? Well, turkey's better. Tryptophan, right? That amino acid. I mean, that's good for melatonin too. But guys, you need proper levels of B12. You need, okay? It's really important. Here's another one. Why you want to be eating red meat for sleep. Not only does red meat increase your melatonin because it's nutrient dense, it also, because red meat contains heme, H-E-M-E, iron, hemoglobin iron. Heme is the short form of hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? Well, it's the middle of your red blood cells, like Velcro, attaches itself to oxygen. Do you know that you will not get a good sleep without enough oxygen? Well, ask a sleep apnea patient. They give them oxygen. But one of the issues that we see a lot of today is iron deficiency anemia, especially in women. And it's borderline in a sense that, again, doctors rely on blood tests. But in order to get the proper iron, you need red meat because the heme iron, look, you can eat spinach and get some iron, but that's not heme iron. And that's really important to understand that. Okay? Really important to understand that. Those micronutrients help your body, well, not only iron, it's because without the proper amount of iron, you're not getting enough oxygen. Even B12. B12 helps in the production of red blood cells. Oxygen. You need oxygen to live by, but you need oxygen to sleep by. Plus, it helps to produce melatonin, your body's natural sleep aid. People are low in B12. People are low in heme iron because they don't eat red meat. They think it's bad for them. And and then they take an iron supplement. I don't like that as much as getting back to eating red meat. Okay? Getting back to eating red meat. Now, another one that we talk about, at least often enough, is magnesium. Magnesium is a nutrient that your body needs to relax. Magnesium actually helps to produce melatonin. Melatonin. I like magnesium. You guys know that. Magnesium is really important. It's the relax nutrient, mineral. It's the relax one. And we're far deficient in magnesium, guys. We're very short in magnesium in our society today. Okay? So I like that. You need that for a proper sleep. And, okay, lastly, two things. One of them is omega-3. This is coming out now. I saw a study the other day on the importance of omega-3 even to help in your production of melatonin in the body. Imagine that. Omega-3. I'm in love with omega-3. I have fish every day in a capsule. And the highest source, by the way, of DHA is red meat. It's steak. Even higher than fish if it's grass-fed. Grass-fed beef. Isn't that interesting? Even for a healthy sleep. Even for a healthy sleep. So, omega-3. That's, sort of the new kid on the block. Because most researchers had no idea that it's important to have good levels of omega-3. The other thing, too, that I didn't mention, and I just had it in one of my notes, because I answered this, I think, last Friday on Question and Answer Friday, and that was talking about the when you're low in iron, restless legs. There's two reasons for restless legs. One, microcirculation. And that can be even iron because of oxygen. Microcirculation and low iron levels. If you don't have enough heme iron, a lot of people get restless legs and then they can't sleep. Okay? So not only does iron elevate your melatonin, but it keeps you away from restless legs. I mean, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is when you have a microcirculation problem in the capillaries in your legs. Okay? And I have often used Navital for that. Now, okay. Isn't that interesting, eh? So, guys, did you sign up for the webinar tonight? Okay, so tonight, webinar, Tony Jr. and I are together again, together, and we're going to be doing it on blood work. I think you'll find it fascinating. It could be one of the best webinars that we've done on blood work, what we're looking for, why it's so important, and it will help you guys to understand what we're looking for, what is really important in blood work. And we really narrow it down. So I think you'll find that interesting. So if you haven't signed up, sign up for the webinar tonight. Friday is question and answer. We're going to do a question and answer tonight. We usually do after the in the second part of the webinar. Okay, we'll take your questions. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. Sorry for the technical difficulties. You guys are so patient with me. It's much appreciated. You have a great day. Thank you.